Hi there, welcome. Today we're going to be going through some of the general items that we're needing to do to get ready for reinstallation of the hydraulic pump and PTO housing on this David Brown 990 tractor. I removed this plate here so that I can refresh the gasket behind it, cleaned it up, got everything set up there on it. Went through and removed the sump cover and the screen, so I get those cleaned up. And tried to clean up the pipe that feeds down from the sump to the hydraulic pump. It was kind of dirty. So if you're interested in seeing how this stuff came apart, how the plate came off, and the absolute dirty and nastiness that was associated with this, keep watching. Oh, that's easy. No, not tight at all. Maybe that one is. Oh, there we go. Much easier than I expected. Okay, that sits down in a groove right there. The pipe comes through. This sits down in a groove in the pipe, just like so, to keep it captured in place. Okay, so to take this off around this bend, carefully spread to get it around the bend. It should slide right off. And last thing we have to take off, I believe, will be a bolt right up here. Can you see that? Maybe. How tight that is. Not tight at all. Okay. So that you just snug that up to put it back in. Okay. This screw is just snug, and all three screws here were snug. I mean, just snug enough to give it some tension, not to mess up the slot or anything. Very good. I was very afraid that I was going to mess up these screws getting them out of here. Use their fingers the rest of the way. Oh, it's longer than I thought it would be. Interesting. You see all the nastiness and gunk on that. So this should be free. It is. Oh no! Oil. Started leaking. Get all the oil out of there. It's not good. Give me a moment. I should have had this in place first. I didn't. We got our catch basin under it now. I think that got you back out of the sun. Yeah, you can see better, I think. Oh yeah, that comes right out. All right, just twist it a little bit to get it past this infeed, or the feed from the filter down there. Interesting. Yep, I'm glad I took it off. The issue is I'm going to have to replace the gasket on this, and I can see where the gasket is broken already. Yeah, the gasket is broken all the way around this thing. Glad I took it off. see what I can see. Let's look and see in the bottom of the casting here and just see how dirty it is, how nasty this stuff does. Grab me a good light here. Or a light, I don't know if it's good or not. All the gears look okay, I guess. I'm not a gear expert by any means, but let me take you off your mount here and give you a closer look. It's pretty dirty in there. Get the light right where you can see. See all that nastiness right there? Down in that area. Down in there. Okay, so I've got the plate cleaned up. Is pretty good. It's not exactly perfect yet, but yeah, we'll keep working on it. Get it to where it's not completely nasty and dirty. Yeah, I'm going through a lot of that stuff. Cleaned up the bolts and the PTO housing as well. Look at that nastiness. Look at that grossness. Yuck. One thing I do want to show you guys. Come over here to this PTO, to the infeed from the sump, I guess it's called, down that way, down yonder way. Just stick my finger in here and look at that. Do you see how dirty that is down in there? That's one of the reasons I think we have pump wear like we do, is because there's some trash down in that sump thing, but I have cleaned up in there a little bit. I sprayed brake clean all in there and then went back in there with some towels and stuff and got it, cleaned it back out. So there's not any brake cleaner down in there anymore. But yeah, I got it cleaned up fairly decently. I may do some more on it, but I've cleaned my finger off now here, so at least it's clean. Let's do this again. Look. You see that? See that dirt? I want to try to get this pipe cleaned out. What I'll do is I'll pour some diesel fuel down in here, let it run down that way. I can pick this up just a little bit to get it gravity feed that way. Pick this pipe up, let the fuel run down, and try to clean some of this out. That's just dirty, and I don't want it going through my newly sealed hydraulic pump. So good times. So next step will be to go down there and remove the plate that holds that filter gauze, that filter in. I need to take that plate off, and I don't have a full flow hydraulic filter in there. I have what's called a metal gauze or a metal screen. My filter actually sits here on the axle. It's a bypass filter from what I've read in the manuals. So here we are. I'm about to take this out, but first, I did drain all the oil out of here a couple of weeks ago, but I feel sure some has drained down since then. I'll go ahead and take this back off. I did get me a new ratchet though. Let's see if I can make a huge mess. Yeah. Maybe not. I hope I don't get it on the camera. Let the smooo run. Release the smooo. I don't mess up anything here. I may have to use RTV to reseal it, since I might mess up the metal. But I've got to replace this. Oh, making progress. At least just in one spot. I'm just going to do it in one spot here. With the hammering, at least. I guess that's why they make gaskets, though. Ooh, that's my finger. Get out of there. Young and dumb. Middle-aged and dumb. Putting so much RTV on this thing. Okay. It's off. This thing is going to be dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Ugh. Ugh. Release the smooo indeed. Look at this. Oh my god, that's nasty. Oh, I'm sorry. This is just funny. Yeah, 2 years ago I cleaned this out. RTV'd it up. Well, it's not that bad. I think I can scrape most of that off. Yeah, I'll get a razor blade after it. Get that silicone RTV crap off there. I think it was red when I put it on. I'll actually make a gasket to put on here and use gasket sealer on both sides of the gasket to actually seal it this time. I didn't know about the Permatex products or Hylmar Blue or anything like that until I started watching a bunch more videos. YouTube is just a treasure trove of how to do stuff. You may be in the sun. I'm so sorry. See if I can't block the sunshine out of your way. There we go. Look at all the metal shavings on that magnet in there. Look how dirty that is. That's after 2 years. 2 years. Maybe 3. Look at that. That's nasty. That is absolutely nasty. You figure that could be reason why my hydraulic pump was worn a little bit, was because of all that dirt and trash that was getting up through it. I wish this tractor had a full flow filter. I actually bought one. I forgot this doesn't have it. I actually bought a full flow filter. I guess I'll put it on eBay or something. Yeah, that's out. Good deal. I'll clean all this up. I'll get a razor blade and clean up all these edges here and get this old RTV crap off of here. It's useful when you really need to seal something up, but in a bind. But at least for this, I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to use an actual gasket I make, or hammer out. I'll hammer out a gasket for this and seal it with gasket sealer all the way around, all on both sides of the gasket. So yeah, all right. Okay, I think I have a way to try to flush this pipe out. I found a funnel. It's a little bit long for my purposes here, but that's okay. This is the same funnel type I used to fill up the hydraulic oil in the filler pipe up there, but it's a little long. I've already tried this once to see if it works, and it works pretty good. I poured just a little bit of fuel under there. I changed out my, I don't know if you can see it from that angle, but right under there you see there's a bucket. I'm going to use that bucket to clean out some of the stuff. So I'm going to use diesel fuel to pour in the funnel, go backwards down the pipe, and go into the bucket that I'll use to clean out other parts. I'm going to use diesel fuel to clean up those other parts anyway, so it's okay. I hate to waste this diesel fuel though, but can't be helped. So we're going to pour it down the tube, try to clean out as much gunk as I can. Okay. It worked out pretty well. And now let's see what we can see here in terms of dirt. Much better. So much better. Tip it that way. You can, I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but you can pick this thing up a little bit. All right, let's test this out. Clean my finger off. There's a little bit of dirt still in there, but not nearly as bad as it was. Not nearly as bad as it was. We'll repeat this a couple of times. And see. There's a post somewhere on the David Brown Tractor forums talking about how to clean out inside. And I've done that once before. It tells you to drain the hydraulic oil out, drain the hydraulic fluid, and then pour 5 gallons of diesel fuel down into the actual place where you pour in hydraulic fluid. And then drive the tractor around around bumpy ground to help try to clean out some of the trash and stuff that's inside. Don't use the hydraulics while you've got diesel fuel in there for hydraulic oil, but then park it, drain the diesel fuel out, and it should get a lot of the dirt out. I've read that, and I did that 2 or 3 years ago, and it did clean out a whole lot of trash. As you can see with the screen that I took out underneath, that it was nasty and dirty again. Maybe it had continued to drain or clean out, but who knows. So I went and got an assortment of grade 8 bolts, and I'm going to make me some thread chasers. I saw a cool video on YouTube on how to do this. This cost me, I got a pretty big assortment of bolts. It cost me $10, $15. So we'll see if we can create some flutes on this, down this line, down this edge. We'll come around and we'll flip it around and we'll do some other flutes on the bottom here as well. Safety glasses. Don't want to lose your eyes with spinny things. The red, put a little grease on the tip right here to help the dirt and nastiness stick to it. All we're going to do is run this bolt down each one of these holes and clean it out. See the trash and stuff that's built up in there. Clean out these flutes that I made, dip it in the grease, and go to the next one. I'm not trying to reform threads or anything. I'm just trying to clean trash out. The threads inside are good. See how the flute gets the trash out? I'll do this all the way around. I'll go all the way around, and then I'll do it all the way around again to clean this out. Taking all this stuff apart is not hard. Putting it all back together It's not hard, I hope. The thing that takes the longest and is the most annoying is the dang cleanup. Okay, so let's take a look at this plate that goes on the bottom of the tractor to hold this filter in place. This is the sump, I guess is what you call it, for the hydraulic oil. And you can see that it is quite nasty. If you take a look in here at there's a magnet in here. Take a look at that. Look at all the shavings, metal filings and things that are in there. I'll get you refocused here, recentered. Take a look at all these metal shavings that are in there. That's just pure nastiness. Just dirty, dirty, dirty. Okay, so this is the screen. As you can see here, there's this flathead screw that I'm assuming holds if I remember correctly, that holds this magnet in place so that you can actually extract it and get it cleaned off. Take a look at this. That's what didn't go into the hydraulic pump, so the screen is actually doing its job, which I'm proud of. This is dirty. There's some red pieces and things in there. Get you out of the shadow of the camera. Take a look right here. I don't know what that is. Nastiness. Ugh. I'd highly recommend, if you've got one of these screens, to use your tractor to clean it more often than you think you should. The last time I cleaned this was about 2 years ago. Now let's look at the bottom of the lid that is at the bottom of the sump. Apologies if there's a bunch of noise going on. Somebody's blowing leaves and all kind of craziness. There's a piece of a gasket sitting here. I'm assuming that would be a piece of a gasket that I knocked off when I took the valve chest out. It made its way all the way down here to the bottom of the hydraulic reservoir. Piece of a gasket. Now, take a look at this. Look at all that trash and dirt and nastiness. Yeah. I'll disassemble this and get this magnet out if I can. I don't mind dirt, but come on. Not too tight on there. Give it a little bit of a twist. Put your finger over the top of this in here to keep it from spinning once it's loose. Long machine screw. Not magnetic, it's brass. Okay, that's a magnet, so it's going to stick. I'll just use my stick to get it out. Alright, I'm going to have to look at the schematic for this big time. There's another washer looking thing down in there. Alright, glad I'm videoing this. Look at that. Really gross stuff in here. Doesn't this look tasty? Doesn't this look tasty? It's clean though. What I did was I splashed around in this quite a bit earlier, just swooshing it like so. I haven't really done anything to scrape it or anything like that, because I am very, very worried that I'll break this screen if I try to scrape it or anything like that. But I've gotten most of the trash off of here. Most of it. Let me figure out what O-ring that is and see if I can get one. It came clean for the most part. I think that's about as clean as I'm going to get it soaking in diesel fuel. Yes, that nasty brown stuff down there is diesel fuel. It's the same stuff I ran through the pipe in the tractor earlier. Hey, look, I can see the bottom of the pan here. Interesting. I wonder if the diesel fuel has made this RTV any easier to come off. I wonder if it's helped to dissolve some of it. Maybe. Don't RTV this. Use gaskets and gasket sealer. This was a huge mistake on my part using RTV a few years ago. Oh, huge mistake. Anyway. Alright, let's see how bad I can slice my hands up with a razor blade. There's a ridge, if I remember correctly, there's a ridge that runs all the way around here, that this metal is not flat. It's going to make it quite fun. To get this RTV off. If you've got any comment, again, if you guys have any information on how to dissolve RTV, silicone based stuff, or any kind of chemicals that you use to get it off, post in the comments below. It may be too late by the time I post this, but I'll know for next time. Let's see, do you guys just want to sit here and watch me do this? Do you want me to move on to something else? I'm thinking that you're voting move on to something else. I don't want to see you clean this nasty grime stuff off there. Just bring me back when it's done. Okay. Well, it's clean. As clean as I can get it. This stuff seems to weaken RTV just a little bit. And a wire wheel will take off the remnants. It'll get everywhere. It's all on the floor around me, but it will take it off. So there we go. All nice and clean. Finally, it took me about 30 minutes to get it nice and clean. Underside, nasty, dirty, ugly. That's fine. Nice patina. Underside here, this is all clean now. I'll clean it again in about a year, I would imagine. This has come clean quite a bit. However, we've got a potential issue. I'm going to have to find this, see if I can find one of these online. I've got a hole. I've got a hole right there. Hole in the screen. It's going to let dirt and all that kind of stuff in. Although there was plenty of dirt caked up around this thing. Still is to a degree, but I'm going to see if I can find a new one of these and get it shipped to me. See if I can just refresh this piece, because there are pieces and there's dirt encased. There's dirt encased all up in here. We'll see if I can find one of these online. Gotta go look up the part number and everything. Okay, so all of this is clean. Well, at least the lid's clean. And I don't need this installed on the tractor to put the PTO and put the hydraulic pump and the PTO back on. So I'll check and see if I can find that online, get it, start getting it shipped over here to me. And in the meantime, I should be able to restart putting the plate back on. Got it cleaned up. There's the plate. I got it pretty well cleaned up. Wire wheeled it. Used a bunch of brake clean on it. Cleaned it up. I've made the gasket that goes between this and the PTO and the between the plate and the axle. And you should be able to see me putting all that back together here pretty soon. Hopefully in the next video. If you like this kind of content, be sure to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe down there somewhere. Hit the notification bell to get notified when I post new videos. Leave comments if you've got something to talk about. If you like what I'm doing, leave a comment. If you don't like what I'm doing or see something that could be done a different way or a better way, yeah, please leave a comment. Give me some feedback on stuff that I'm doing wrong or could be done a different way or better. I am not all-knowing, and this is all new to me, so this is why the channel is named the way it is, Path of Discovery. I'm learning and I'm discovering things about this tractor and all kind of other stuff. So, thanks for watching.